Welcome to the WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair, and here's a look at your headlines. It turns out that 2023 will be a very quiet year when it comes to deciding how and when the new bridges from the mainland to Hilton Head Island will be built. Beaufort County is starting to press the Hilton Head Town Council for a decision to move forward, but town councilors say they want to wait for a third-party study to be completed before they give the go-ahead for any project. County Council approved a resolution this week to accept recommendations for the project, but Hilton Head's $400,000 independent study won't be ready until the middle of next year. Jasper County always seems to be playing catch-up with its richer coastal neighbor Beaufort County, and that's obvious when it comes to the county animal shelters. Beaufort County opened a new state-of-the-art shelter on the Ocoee Highway a couple of years ago, while Jasper County is getting the attention of local and national advocates to upgrade or replace its facility in Ridgeland. Jasper County Shelter houses 300-plus animals at any one time in often unkempt facilities that are described as unsafe for the workers or the animals. Currently, the Jasper Animal Rescue Mission leases county-owned buildings for $8 a year. A Monday tour of that facility included the manager of the Florida State Animal Response Coalition, who, along with Beaufort County Animal Service officials, say the situation can be fixed, and they're helping to work on ways to do just that. Jasper County Shelter budget is less than $500,000 a year, while Beaufort County Shelter raised over $3 million in 2021. Have you ever wondered if some people try to get their business done more quickly at the DMV by paying a few dollars extra under the table? Well, somebody did try to do just that at the Columbia DMV office, which has resulted in charges of accepting a bribe for 32-year-old Shalay Mack of Richland County. She allegedly accepted $500 via Cash App from a customer in return for, quote, performing an act in violation of her official responsibilities, end quote. The state law enforcement division didn't go into any other specifics. Mack later quit the DMV before the charges were brought. Now, this is the third bribery case to come out of that same DMV office in the last 3 years. 16 people from South Carolina have been charged with crimes in connection with the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. 14 of the 16 pleaded guilty and have been sentenced. On Monday, one man who pleaded not guilty was found guilty on 5 charges, while the final defendant is still awaiting trial. If you'd like to know the names of those 16 people and their charges, you can go to thepostandcourier.com. Well, you'd think with all the interest in Civil War history that most of the relics of that war in our state would have been found by now, but hundreds more have been unearthed during the cleanup of the Congaree River, evidence of General Sherman's march through the state almost 160 years ago. Sherman's forces apparently dumped Confederate equipment into the river, and during the cleanup that began in 2000, cannonballs, a sword blade, and a wagon wheel have been found. They've been turned over to the South Carolina Confederate Relic Room at the state capitol. Now, for more information on these stories and other news, visit the news sources on your screen, and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. If you have a story idea, email us at news@WHHI-TV.com. And now with sports, here he is, Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. The USCB Sand Sharks basketball teams were back in action last night with their first road games, hitting the road to Sumter for a rematch with Morris College after handling the Hornets at home on Saturday in the tank. An injury-depleted USCB women's team fell behind 8-0 early and couldn't make up the deficit with only 8 healthy players. The Sand Sharks fell behind by double digits in the second quarter, but clawed within 7 at halftime, then trimmed a 16-point third-quarter margin down to 5 in the final minute, before falling 62-54. Mahkayla Premo led the way with 16 points, and Shaniya Rose had 10 points and 6 boards for USCB. The Sand Sharks men salvaged a split, though, putting on another show at the offensive end in a 124-84 victory, and some different stars stepped up to shine in Game 2. Tasso Sfanos poured in 27 points, and Aussie sharpshooter Kobe Shewry added 20 to lead USCB, which is averaging a cool 127 points per game through 2. Small sample size, but this is an exciting brand of basketball. The Sand Sharks will be back home on Saturday against Voorhees, with the women tipping off at 1:30 and the men following at 3:30. I'll be on the call along with legendary Hilton Head prep coach Rich Basirico on the Sand Shark Game Day Network. Find the stream at uscbathletics.com or on the Peach Belt Conference app on your smart TV. High school basketball season also tips off this week with a handful of games starting tonight and several Lowco on Lowco matchups on tap this weekend at the Earl Campbell preseason tournament at Whale Ranch Early College High School in Seabrook. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Thanks, Justin. Maria Soden has our forecast. Maria?
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to get a break from all the rain we've been having, but we are also going to see the temperatures fluctuate throughout the weekend. Taking a look at Friday, however, it's going to start out sunny, then it's going to turn cloudy by the afternoon, and then we are going to see scattered showers throughout the afternoon, but they should be clearing up by the evening. Hillnet's give a high 73, a low of 62. Bluffton's give a high 75, a low of 61, and Buford's give a high 75 and a low of 60. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 6:53 and sunset's going to be at 5:22. Looking at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 11:49 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 7:21 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week and into next week, Saturday's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s. Then come Sunday, it's going to be sunny but not as warm, as the highs are only going to get into the 60s and lows in the 50s. And then come Monday, it's going to be partly cloudy with the highs getting back up into the low 70s and lows are going to be in the 50s and 60s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
Great, Maria. We will be back in just a moment.